Dwane, how do you, in the best way you can, get a carryover from last night's second half and overtime defensively?
Well, you hope it does have a carryover, Jones. There's no guarantee of that, but I think the way we played in the second half last night should have some carryover effect. But we've had some good halves, but somehow, some way, we got to have a carryover effect. I think getting in a rhythm. Guys used to playing in certain roles, certain groups used to playing against each other. I think that's the key, and hopefully that will carry over tonight as much as anything else.
Is it a mentality in, quote, the new NBA, unquote, that, where offense is so prevalent that not that guys don't want to get stops, but you try to get timely ones more than anything else?
Well, again, it's an offensive league. I think that's a beauty about the NBA right now. It is a more of an offensive, entertaining league. I know we had our offense going pretty high at one time and still a good offensive team. But again, you still have to have defense because there's going to be some nights, I don't care who you are or how great an offensive team you are, you're going to have nights where you're going to have to get, like you said, timely stops and situations where defense is going to have to carry you when your offense is not clicking.
With DeMar out, Norm's workload is obvious and shots have gone way up. How do you think he sort of balanced that extra responsibility and just the added role, basically?
Exactly.
Norm.
Well, again, he's done an excellent job of filling in. He's given us some toughness, some grit, some athleticism. He's done a good job in that role. He's not DeMar, but he's doing a good job of filling in. Again, when you do take a guy off the second unit or out of the young group, you do lose something on the back end of that with that group. So that's the balancing act that we're trying to have. But Norm has done an excellent job, and this is a good step for his career as far as growing, developing. He's a second-year player, and really he's making the most of it.
He's missed some bunnies, and you can see how frustrated he is with himself when he does that. Is there anything to say to him?
No, again, you just got to keep attacking, keep your head up, and make sure you watch the rim when you go in there. And if you're in doubt, dunk it, finish it, So, again, that's a young player, but all those things are very correctable and teachable. And the beauty of that, he's getting there. That's the most important thing. He's getting there and getting there with force, power for a guy his size.
Dwane, are there any parallels you could draw? I'm just thinking about tonight, too. Isaiah Thomas and some of the other great little guys that, the way he's playing right now?
Well, Tiny Archibald is one that he reminds you of as far as his speed and quickness, and he's probably quicker than Archibald was at the time. But he does a great job of making sure he puts pressure on the defense. He's so crafty as far as moving the defensive center. And if your defensive center is not on time, on target, or where he's supposed to be, he really takes advantage of it. And then he does a great job of cross-graining and moving him, then going back against the grain. So he's very crafty. He's made the most, of his talents that a lot of players in this league has. So he's going to be a handful for us, but it's going to take all five guys. It's not going to be just one guy guarding him. We got to do it as a unit, as a group. Guys who's guarding him's got to understand where the help's coming from, where it's going to be, and that's going to be our challenge tonight.
You loaded up the workload last night on a bunch of guys on necessity. Does it factor into how tonight goes?
Well, no. Again, this is the NBA, Doug. It's tough. There's nobody going to feel sorry for you that we played a back-to-back game last night, overtime back-to-back game, a tough game. So it's up to us to come out with a force and a togetherness and a toughness that you got to have to win in this league, to win big, if we want to be a team that's important. Because the good teams, make the most of these situations, win a close game, and then bounce back the next night. So, it's a challenge, but that's what we have to do if we want to be relevant in this league.
So everybody but DeMar and Bruno are available.
Has Norm been able to maintain that defensive focus with what you're asking?
Norm has, yes. Norm has done a good job of doing his role, doing his job. He did an excellent job in the second half last night on Holiday. We've got to get everybody to step up. Everybody on the ball has to do a better job of containing, working together with the bigs, communicating. I thought we did a better job in the second half of communicating last night, and that's huge, especially with how crafty Thomas is and the different things that Boston does. They do an excellent job of misdirection plays, coming back, My thing is, if you make a mistake, just know he's coming back to the basketball. If he's standing over in the corner, we used to have a thing about Ginobili. Anytime you saw Ginobili bent over with his hands on his jersey over in the corner, he's going to get the ball. And 9 times out of 10, back in his younger days, he got it. So, you know, the great players, they're standing in the corner for a reason, and we got to be alert to that and be ready to get connected. And again, all 5 guys are responsible.
Are you surprised that a team can go to one guy so heavily in the fourth quarter?
Not really, no. If he's a great player, I'm sure Larry Bird, if you remember Larry Bird, they went to him a lot in the fourth quarter. Michael Jordan, they went to him a lot in the fourth quarter. You know, and you know, back in the day, a lot of those great players, Dirk Nowitzki, didn't get started till later in the game. They have to get revved up, and you know, when it's money time, those players get it going. And I'm not surprised, but they do so many things to counter or disguise him getting the basketball. They do a great job of doing that. So we've got to be ready and alert to know most of the plays are coming to him in the fourth quarter.
Jay Crowder has shot the ball really well lately. He has not shot it well against you guys. Is that a matter? He was chasing DeMar around the court, or what have you done against him?
I'm not sure. You know, he's one of the best three-point shooters in the first quarter percentage-wise, and we understand that and know that. We just make sure we understand he's an excellent three-point shooter. This is an excellent three-point shooting team. He's one of them, especially in transition. We try to do a good job of getting out to him and respecting his three-point shooting ability. Nothing special. Usually Avery Bradley's guarding DeMar and Crowder did the last game, but he is an excellent three-point shooter no matter who he's guarding, I think.
What do you want to see from Jared these next few weeks, and how has he come along?
He's still getting his sea legs back, getting his conditioning under control, and you know, he's been in and out according to the situation. You know, Jared's an excellent basketball player. He's just got to get back. When you lose 6 months with surgery, that's no joke. And then you add on that, you know, conditioning and that type of thing. So that's where he is right now, and he has some work to do and still working to get there. And again, it's not like he's light years away, but he's getting there, and he's working, putting in extra time after practice, off days, after games. So I'm really impressed the way he's working, but he still has some work to do.
What are some of the biggest issues for you guys in the defensive end, particularly over the last month?
You know, one is transition defense has been one. Guarding the ball on the perimeter has been 2. Rebounding has been 3. You want me to keep going? No. But I tell you what, we've had our spurts like last night against a good offensive team. We've had our spurts, and so that tells me, you know, it kind of goes back to Jonesy's thing. It's almost like a lot of teams in this league, including us, have fallen in love and thinking, okay, it's a slugfest, offensive slugfest, and but to win big in this league and at important times, you've got to be able to get stops.
You guys have obviously done that before, and with a lot of these same guys. The Celtics in kind of the same boat. They were one of the top defensive teams last year, just a little bit. Is that a function of getting through a regular season? Is that something you know you can do when you need to?
It's a little bit of everything, I think. Psychological, because I see times when guys I just know they're better defenders, and at the end of the game they make the same play. They get a stop, they get a block, they get a rebound. They're where they're supposed to be, down in the stance. So some of it's psychological, and you know, we keep cracking the whip as coaches. But it's not, and then watching games, it's not just us. I think it's league-wide. There's such an emphasis on the offensive end of the game, shooting the three, getting to the rim, that you know, I think it's contagious across the league. But again, the relevant teams get it done when they need to.